Alain, when you came to our meeting in 2008, we did the program in Vigyan Bhavan. So Vigyan Bhavan used to be one of the very important location. Now Bharat Mndpm, the name of this, has been important for the program. So, when you came to are you listening, everybody? Am I clear, Dr. Rath?
Very clear. Go ahead. You are very clear.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So, when I came to know about Dr. Cribier, Dr. P.C. Rath told me in Agra, I was in Agra. It was the greatest shock I would have had ever time, and I'm sure that many other people will be doing it. So, should Dr. Rath, if you allow me, should I talk a little about the Cribier, or let Alain talk about it and then you speak and then I speak? Doctor?
Yeah, you can start. No.
I can start.
You can start. Then Helen can speak, then I'll speak. You start.
Okay. So, my wife, Dr. Rakhi Gupta, is joining me on the stage, and I expect that few more people will join in this room. This is a room provided by APICON to us. So I know everything about it, but I wanted more of a technical thing about Dr. Cribier. So I'm opening his Wikipedia, and he was born in 25 January 1945. He's a French interventional cardiologist, professor of medicine, and director of cardiology, University of Rouen Charles Nicole, where I used to work. Alain Cribier was best known for performing the first transcatheter aortic valve implantation in 2002, first transcatheter mitral commissurectomy in 1995 with Dr. P.C. Rath in Hyderabad, and first balloon aortic valvoplasty in 1986. He became hero all over when he did the first balloon aortic valvoplasty in 1985. I recall that Fayaz Shawl, he said that he used to attend Colombo, Cribier, Patrick Siraj. So many people attended his workshop in Rouen, and then later he did the same thing in US. So he has a Romanian ancestry, which I didn't know. As a child, he spent many holidays with his uncle in Bharat, which Cribier described his favorite place. He obtained his MD medical degree at the University of Paris and completed his early residency training there. Cribier began his cardiology residency at the University of Rouen in 1972 and 1976. He spent a year in interventional cardiology fellowships at Cedar Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. He was actually trained in US, and that's why his English was perfect. And that's why he did many articles in many publications. When I reached in 96, 98, many people were not speaking English. So, but he was, since he had worked at Cedar Sinai Hospital, Los Angeles, he had a very nice. I would like to read the whole about him because it's some right moment. In 1983, Dr. Cribier was promoted to a professor of medicine and director of the cardiac catheterization lab in the University of Rouen. He became the professor in 1983, long time back. He developed and performed the first balloon aortic valvoplasty in 1986. That means 3 years after his joining Charles Nicole Hospital, one of the largest hospital of France for the people who are listening, with 4,000 beds. And there I was trained with him. He performed the first mitral commissurectomy in 1995, and Dr. P.C. Rath will tell a little about it. This is for the mitral stenosis, and this was an alternative to NOA balloon, which we are using for the BMV. Following discovery that the balloon aortic valvoplasty for severe aortic stenosis was not effective in 80% of patients after 1 year, he performed the first ever transcatheter aortic valve replacement in 2002, and then of course he became from hero to superhero, and there's no doubt that many thousands or millions of lives have been saved because of his innovation. This procedure has now spread across the world and has saved countless patient lives. In 1996, Dr. Cribier founded the Indo-French Foundation for Interventional Cardiology. He had a lot of regards and a lot of passion or attraction towards India. And I think hundreds, maybe thousands of Indian cardiologists have been trained by him, directly or indirectly. In 2011, Dr. Cribier was made Professor Emeritus at the Department of Cardiology, University Hospital Charles Nicole, France. And from 2013, Dr. Cribier ran an MTC, Medical Training Center in Rouen, which I happened to visit also. It's a very large training center where TAVI and other things are going on. A multidisciplinary center dedicated to learning medicine through simulation, video conferences, training between surgeons. Awards and membership. Fellow of American College of Cardiology, fellow of European Society of Cardiology Race Fish Award. In 2017, Dr. Cribier received the scientific grand prize of Lefolo Delandillan Foundation. In 2016, Dr. Cribier received the Legend of Medicine Award, C3 meeting in Orlando, USA, gold medal from the European Society of Cardiology in Rome and Italy. Dr. Cribier received the Lifetime Achievement Award, Life India Live meeting in Chennai in India. I think he also received the Legend Honor, which is not Dr. Alain will tell us, Legend Honor, which is a award by the French president of French government, and he has been nominated this year for the Nobel. Unfortunately, if he gets it, he will not be there live to see. But of course, he is not with us physically. But I have a strong belief that he is with us virtually. He must be watching somewhere in the heaven and giving a blessings to all of us. And if Dr. Alain is there live, would you like to speak now or later? Is she live now?
Yes, I am live, Vivek, yes.
So I just wanted to know, would you be spending a little more time or would you like to go off after some time?
No, I will stay with you. It's up to, yes, I will stay with you. So I can speak now, I can speak later, whatever you prefer.
Speak, and there are a few more who are already on the Zoom. So Ellen, I can also read about Dr. Ellen Elchaninov. She has one of the very finest interventional cardiologists of France, and she has dedicated her life to cardiology. She's basically from Paris, and we had a very beautiful time spending with Dr. Cribier. At that time, Dr. Brice Latac was also there, who was the chief of cardiology. Dr. Cribier was number 2 in the Department of Cardiology of Charles de Gaulle Hospital in Rouen, which is 130 kilometers from Paris. Dr. Alain Elchaninov was doing most of the interventional cardiology work. Now she is the chief of cardiology of the same hospital after the retirement of Dr. Alain Cribier. And she has been awarded with many medals, and she has done a lot of research, and she's following the footsteps of Dr. Alain Cribier. I think, if I'm not wrong, that she has learned a lot of things from him, which we have learned. And if I check upon her more details, if it is available on Google, I would like to read it now before she starts speaking, because this is a very proud moment for me to introduce Ellen. But of course, at a time when we all are having tears in our ears, eyes, and we are actually, she's a professor, contributor, content. She has more than 100 to 200 publications. She is also the head of Department of Cardiology and Percutaneous. She has done a lot of TAVI cases, and she's the mentor and training also for the Edwards, if I am not wrong. And now I would request Ellen to speak something which we don't know about Alain Cribier. I tell you one thing, her name is Helen, but it is pronounced as Ellen. And Dr. Cribier is Alain, which is pronounced as Ella. So when I reached in Rouen, just to be on the lighter side, so when Dr. Cribier used to say, Alain, come here, I said, why is speaking his own name? And similarly, when Alain used to talk Ella, so I was so confused that who is Alain and who is Ella? So it is something, because H is silent in her name. She's a Russian origin, but a very fantastic operator, very fast operator like Dr. Alain Cribier. So Alain, please introduce a little more about yourself and then about Dr. Cribier's life, which we don't know actually. This is a time not to talk about TAVI, but talk about more about Dr. Cribier.
Thank you very much, Vivek. So, Dr. Vivek Gupta, I know you from for a long time, of course. And first of all, I wanted to thank you very, very much for organizing this this kind of event to express our feelings about Alain. Like the following day after his funerals yesterday, and I went to the cemetery this morning. So it's very close to his death, and we are really very, very sad. So I wanted, in fact, to say first that India, for Alain, for Alain, it was his second country, it for sure, because when he did his first like long vacations when he was a student, he spent 2 months in India, traveling just alone, visiting several places, and it was a country he discovered. And since even before meeting all of you, of course, it was his preferred country. He loved everything. He loved the beauty of everything, the spirit, everything. And early in his career, as you said, early 90s, his career was between France, between many countries. But he came, I don't know how many times, maybe I will count within the next weeks. He was coming very, very often to India, opening new centers, working on a PCI, sometimes doing the first rotablator, sometimes doing the first something else. He really went everywhere with his friend and Kasim. You remember, everybody knows Kasim and Shekhar, and they were always with him. He went also to plenty of meetings. We had, as you said, Pratap was in our department the first fellow from India coming, and then we had every year someone, and it was for us very interesting, very exotic, and also very nice to have people from everywhere, and we could understand the deep feeling and the deep relation he had with India. We had you, Vivek, we had Niraj Jolie, we had plenty of people every year coming. And as you said, he was so close to India that he wanted to create the Indo-French Foundation. So it was to have a kind of bilateral relation, not only to go to India, but to have people coming to France. And we were organizing, I think many of you remember, a full week, like over 10 days of dedicated to doing live cases with in the cat lab with fellows, transmitting to a small room with 20 to 30 people, and always so close to everyone, explaining all the steps. He was, as you said, an excellent operator. This is before the story of Tavi. He was very good on PCI. He could like spend 2 hours to open an occluded vessel, and it's a part of his personality. He didn't never want to abandon, so he was working, and he succeeded, in fact, to open very tough angioplasty. And in fact, he has in India, to me, he has friends everywhere. And I was so lucky because since the early 90s, he took me with him, because came the commissurotome, as you said. The first was done at the center with by Pratap and Alain in Hyderabad. And starting for this point, he said immediately, Alain, you have to also to go to open other centers. It's so important. And I went several times to Ahmedabad to learn first transeptal and Inouye balloon. And then I went alone to different places in India, in Pakistan, in Russia. And he was very, it was funny because he was very confident, and he was very proud that I could go alone to all these places. Even for me, it was sometimes difficult because I had to meet many people. And Alain, when he went, he was very often with Raphael Amor. If you remember Raphael Amor, who was at the funerals yesterday, he was the guy who worked for the Medicorp, the company which developed the commissurotome, and they went everywhere. And the trips to India were so extraordinary for us, for him when he was alone, but for me when I was going with him. And I think what is the more striking for me and for him was how he was welcomed. It was incredible. People were so nice to him, were loving him, welcome. He always wanted to do everything for him, to have him everywhere. What I remember that when we were, I don't know in which place, but it was the end of the day. It was maybe 6, 7 p.m. And someone else was asking, could you come to my hospital, and do another case? He was always saying, yes, okay, I will come. He was never tired of it. He was probably tired, but he was never saying, he was always saying yes to help the physician, yes to treat the patients. He had like sometimes 10, 15 patients to treat with the commissurotome, like the same day, as was said yesterday during the funerals. Sometimes he had a different plane every day, like at 4 in the morning, he has to get up to take a plane to go to another city, and then same thing the following day. And he's always doing that. And the last trip was in December. Unfortunately, it was not with him, but I was a kind of reassured because he went with Paul Le Porcy, the guy who saved his life for his first heart attack. So I was kind of reassured because it was a long trip, it was tiring, and I was there with him the year before in 2002, and I had a great time as always. And even now, you see, I regret that I could have been more often with him, but when someone dies, you always regret to have not spent much time. It's life. So
I
I
know.
wanted I just wanted to express my gratitude to all of you for having loved so much Alain Cribier and having given so much consideration to him, to his genius, and to his humanity. Sorry.
Thank you. Ellen, I would like you to stay back. I have not been able to sleep well for the last so many days, and I know you were the closest. I spoke to his wife also, and the thing which cannot be reversed. When I was talking to Dr. P. Sirat what to do, he said, keep on busy, keep yourself busy. That's the best way. Please stay with me, and I would like to show you a few videos which are very important to me. And I think
Yes, of course.
those videos, if you stay, I'll be very happy to. And then we'll have from Kolkata, Dr. Debrata Roy, who is a very important person for Cardiological Society of India. He has joined, and he will be expressing some views. And my wife would like to speak a little, and Dr. P. Sirat will be there staying. We have a limited time of 1 hour, so I would like to show some videos which are, I think that especially the last video. Please, Ellen, stay with us. This is I don't know how I this
I
time
stay with you.
okay. This time I was in Kolkata, and he was as usual very busy, and he used to give me time. Vivek, I'll meet you at 4 p.m., 3 p.m. Middle people were with them, and he had many commitments. So before he checked out, I went to his room, but I was standing outside in the lift, and then we lost the lift. Actually, there are two lifts in the ITC Bengal, Royal Bengal. Finally, I could reach, and he was waiting in the lift, and he went to my room. That's the first time I took him to my own hotel room. I don't know why. I thought I should take him. It was a suite room. And it was just to talk to him. It was not because whenever he was in the lobby, a lot of people used to come to him to take selfie, and he was a celebrity person, and he was never free like Salman Khan of Bollywood or Narendra Modi ji of politics, something like that of cardiology. I would give the same stature. So I took him to his room, and this is the video I recorded, and which I spoke to my heart. I never knew this is the last, could be the last. Can you please
transcatheter aortic valve implantation, which is a non-surgical technique, and he did the first case in 2002 April. We are already celebrating 20th and then 21st and 22nd year. He's in France, he's in Kolkata during CSI. He's my mentor, my friend, my fatherly figure or brotherly figure, I don't know, but I think he has been in my past life somewhere. That's why I have personally so much of attachment and respect for him. Maybe we were living together in the past life. So may I request you to just speak one or two sentences regarding your innovation? And yes.
Well, this is an innovation, consisting in replacing the aortic valve in aortic stenosis patients with degenerative aortic stenosis. And if the valve is not replaced at the onset of the symptoms, the mortality rate is extremely high. So many patients cannot be operated on for surgical valve replacement, and this is why I developed a non-surgical technique, for doing the same, replacing the aortic valve without surgery. And so I started in 2002, and now we have more than 3 million patients implanted in the world, in more than 80 countries. So it's a very big success, which was absolutely unpredictable. So today, in a single year like 2022, we had 200,000 patients implanted in the same year in the world. And just to give you an idea of the development of this technology, which allowed to replace the aortic valve under local anesthesia, with very short hospitalization, the patients are able to discharge after the operation just 2 days later. And so it's very successful, and so I was very happy to be invited in Calcutta, for the CSI meeting, where I presented the history of development of this technology, and people were really very much interested, and they welcomed me with a lot of enthusiasm. So this is where we are today, and the future is bright, with the development of the technology again, with advanced technology, and in India. They made a very special valve, which is extremely efficient, and the My Valve from Merrill, which is a company based in Vapi in India, which is excellent. Probably one of the best valves that you can use for doing this kind of non-surgical procedure. So it was a pleasure to be in India again for that. Thank you.
Let me just give a last liner that I had the pleasure of working with him in 1996 to 98. He was not only a very good cardiologist, all my angioplasty training, which I do, was through him. I still owe all the respect to him. And lastly, he is likely to be nominated, and maybe he gets the Nobel Prize for the medicine this year or next year. It all God which will decide. We will try for this year, so that I will say then I have worked with the Nobel laureate. But more than Nobel laureate, he's a fantastic person. That's very much greatest human being. I have never heard anybody, I have been traveling all over the world, criticizing him for anything. Everybody appreciates him, and that's humanity is more important than Nobel Prize. Everybody likes him, respect him, and is coming to India is quite often. But I am privileged to go to Rouen and Charles Hospital. We have very fond memories, and he has been to my house in Sarita Vihar once. Next time we'll invite, if we have our hospital by the Indo-European, that will be because of him, and I'll really appreciate if he can come and cut the ribbon for the hospital.
Thank you very much, Vivek. Thank you.
This is in 9th of December 2023 in my room in Hotel Hotel ITC Royal Bengal in Kolkata. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the video. This is the video of my working 1996. This is the recording of French cath lab जो एंजियोग्राफी करता था डॉक्टर क्रीबियर के साथ में 4 सितंबर. How
So right now I am working with my professor Cribier, and this is one of the cases.
he said Godfather. I am working with Alain Cribier. These are the few cases. Seven looks like now. Before PC that comes, now he's making the report. This is how they make the report immediately after doing the procedure. This is the video I would like to share when he came to my house in 2015.
So, I said that I'm so happy that I'm receiving my mentor, guru, godfather, and what else? My friend, I can say.
You should try to find something stronger.
Boss, this is...
Yes, well, that's better.
Prof. Alain Cribier in my house at Sarita Vihar, New Delhi. It was my last so many years wish that he can come to my house for some time. So I'm very happy that you have come, and it was very short, but the next time you have to come in a bigger way with a dinner, not
Yes, not just a cup of tea. I leave the place very hungry, so this is not fair.
not fair. you say something?
Well, actually, it's a little cold here. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's cold.
It's cold.
No, well, we drink. We have been drinking alcohol, so we are totally crazy.
At the moment, yeah.
Well, no, it's a great moment. We enjoyed the dinner and the atmosphere and the football and everything. And it's the first time that I come to your house.
Yes, first time. That's why I'm so happy.
Well, it's not the last time. I
Of
can
course,
tell you.
you have to come next in February. You'll find good India.
Well, why don't you come with us?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, like Chinmay, sorry, Chaitan, my wife, together with our.
I want to clarify something. He is your son.
Don't forget.
Don't forget his name.
And one thing more, actually, really realized the 1.5 years or whatever time we spent through us.
Yeah, sure.
I still have very fond memories. I still have very fond memories of.
This is my colleague, cardiologist.
I said that
I would now like to have Dr. P. Sirat speaking, and then Dr. Debrata, are you there? Dr. Debrata? I think he entered. So Dr. PC, I think you speak a little, and then I have 2 more videos to show before we have other people to speak. Dr. PC, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Can you unmute yourself, Dr. Rath? Dr. PC Rath is the president of Biological Society of Let me introduce, he's a fantastic person, very great friend of ours. When we started doing the first Indo-European course, he was one of the founder director, along with Dr. Alain Cribier, which we did in Vigyan Bhavan. At the moment, he's working in Apollo Hospital in Delhi for the last so many years, but he's also the president of National Cardiological Society of India at the moment. He was one of the first fellows to be trained by Dr. Cribier, and he has been a lot of regards. I would like him to express his thoughts. I mean, something which we never wanted this program should happen. I mean, but the life is like that. Please, Dr. Rath, please introduce yourself a little more for the recording purpose and tell few facts which we don't know about Alain.
Yeah, thank you, Vivek. Yeah. Vivek, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, thank you very much, Vivek. It was, I'm really thankful for you to organize this beautiful meeting. I can understand the emotions of Helen. When I got this news of sudden demise of Alain Cribier on Friday, last Friday, I was in Bhubaneswar. I was shocked like all of us. All over the world, the news spread like wildfire. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was asking each other what happened. I got the confirmed news from Helen, and she spoke to me. She was not able to speak. She was in grief, and I didn't know what to do for 2 days. I went to my village 2 days, slept, spoke to Vivek, and tried to console ourselves. Then I thought best way to get over is to get back to the work and try to forget. Just show me the slide. The first thing after I got the... Can you close, Vivek, your... I have to show something, some slides.
You can share, I think I will stop sharing, and then you can share now. Can you put the slides to Dr. P. Sirat? Dr. Shra from is adding Dr. Munjal.
I got this news as the president of Cardiological Society of India. I just 1 minute. Is it okay now? Can you see this?
Yes, yes, perfect. We can
So
see.
the first thing I did as the president of Cardiology Society of India, in memoriam of Prof. Alain Cribier, I sent this, the legend is no more. And I sent it to all the members, and this was downloaded in the website of Cardiology Society of India. And next stage, he was the founder director of Hyderabad Valve meeting. I was the co-director, Helen and me and Manoj. So there I sent again in memoriam of Professor Alain Cribier, I wrote, most of the people wait for destiny, but very few write the destiny. That Alain Cribier was one such gift to humanity. So that is the first thing I did it. And that is from the heart of my heart I wrote this. See, my association with Alain Cribier is a very long, 35 years. In 90, I went to Rouen to do my fellowship in interventional cardiology. That time I was only 32 years, married, and my daughter was go back. Daughter was 1 year old, and I went there because that time people from all over the world were coming to know for aortic valvuloplasty. That was the famous. That time I was writing, I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know, I was writing to different places for training, funded position, because I didn't have money to spend. So I was looking for some, and only in Rome I got that, okay, you can come and join 1 year funded fellowship in interventional cardiology. So I went there. In fact, when I reached there in Paris airport, I was about to go to Lyon. Somebody told it's you should have gone Lyon. Go. But anyway, I landed in Rome with a lot of apprehension. When I reached there, I think it was a Saturday evening. I went to reception. Everything was arranged. My accommodation, the note. This is the place you have to go. Everything I did, because there hardly, it was a small town. Hardly anybody speaks English, and I didn't have much difficulty. When I went there, I was the first Asian, and there at that time there was one foreign international fellow from Gunthal from Sweden. Both of us were there, and the work starts at 8 o'clock. We'll be there. It continues till night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Because they used to have every day 3 to 4 aortic valvuloplasty cases. These are all old patients. They used to, I think, 18 or 20 sheets they used to use. And the person who was assisting the case, his job was to do the pressure, in the femoral pressure to stop the bleeding. And it takes sometimes more than 1.5 hours. And by the time I returned back to my hostel where I was staying, my fingers were numb. So that was the time people from all over the world were coming to see Alain Cribier doing aortic valvuloplasty. People are coming, spending time, learning and going back. And that was the craze, because all these people, elderly people with severe aortic stenosis, they were coming to, earlier they used to come to hospital with LVF, they used to die, nothing was there. So this was a savior for them. And many patients went back after, those who were not suitable for surgery, they went back after balloon valvuloplasty for surgery. But of course, this procedure was short-lived, few months to 1 year. But then it used to give, many patients used to come regularly, routinely after 1 year, 2 years, multiple times they used to have. That was the trend. I came back after 1 year to Hyderabad. And then also, one more thing was happening that time. They had to do all mitral with a new balloon called bifoil catheter. That technique I learned, besides the coronaries, all these things. That time, stent was not there. We used to do balloon, but they were doing some peaks. They had put stents, and my job, me and Gunthal used to, Sunday we used to do the angio for all these peaks, where they had put some stent to see whether stents are patent or getting all that. That's the experimental stent had not come that time. So I came back to Hyderabad and started looking for aortic valvuloplasty. And there are hardly any, I could get patients, elderly patients, but none of them were willing for any procedure and all that. They would prefer to die rather than undergoing some aortic valvuloplasty. And hardly any patient I got. I got some congenital aortic stenosis, which I did. Very few, 1 or 2 degenerative aortic valve disease, I got to do the balloon aortic valvuloplasty. But what I did is I concentrated on mitral. And basically, they are very poor patients. They can't afford this private hospital. So I had a fund. I raised the fund and I used to buy the balloons. Then I took the help of NGOs, and they used to get all these. My Banjara tribes are plenty, and these people they were having a lot of mitral stenosis. So the NGO, I used to get these patients. I used to do the PMB with this bifocal catheter, and in 2 to 2 years, I had the highest number of BNB using the bifocal catheter that was published in Indian Heart Journal. And but what I found that these people, most of the people that time, it was very mitral stenosis was rampant, but people didn't have money for that. And those schemes, all other things were not available. So my concern, and all the balloons that was used, and all that, after 2 to 3 times you can use. After that, it's not possible. 94, I went back to 94. I went again to Rome. At that time, I got a senior fellowship by the European Society of Cardiology for 3 months. That time, I used to discuss with Cribier about this mitral stenosis problem with balloon reusability. And I was asking him, let's do something to help these poor patients. And he came up with the idea of this metallic mitral commission. So that was that to go back here. That is when I was there during my fellowship. This is a sister who was Mrs. Loget. She's a very nice lady. She was in charge of the cath lab. She used to treat all of the young doctors as their son. She used to treat all of us, and she's a very family-oriented atmosphere.
Bharat, can you?
Then I came back, and then of course that time the mitral commissioner term was developed by this. He started developing, and in the meantime, 92 we had this. We started this Indo-French Foundation, where we started in Hyderabad. We had 4 meetings in Rome once and Bombay. In 4 meetings we had, and through this foundation we sent a lot of young doctors for training in Rome. So that helped a lot of young doctors going to Rome for training. Next one, please.
Slides are not moving. Only the first slide. Can you move your slides?
I am moving first, yeah. So this is of course one of his visit to here. This is Rone Koning. He used to come initially to rotablator and all these things. Alain, my
Why the Dr. Your slides are not moving. I think you have to.
Can you see?
Your only first slide is going on. Only first slide. We are not seeing other slides.
You are not seeing anything?
I see only first slide.
Okay, it's not just 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yes, now started moving. Yes.
This is the time when I was there doing fellowship. Can you hear it? Can you see it here?
Now we can see. Yes, now they are moving.
When I was 32, and Alain, I think it was in late 40s. And here is the Mrs. Loget. She was in charge of the SASTA plus with cath lab. Next one. And then we started Indo-French Foundation. We had that meeting in 92. We started. It was in Hyderabad, Bombay, and then moved to Rome also. We can see our chairman, Dr. Cribier, presenting one bouquet to Alain. That was in Delhi. Next. This is when one of his visit, Alain and Rone Koning came to my house. My children were very small. My daughter was, I think, 3 to 4 years. My son was 1 year. And they visited my house. That photo memory is there. Next one. This is the mitral commissioner term, and that was developed. So Letak, that time he was the head. Alain was there, Letak, Alain, me, and this is the mitral commissioner term. And the first one was first case was done in Apollo Hyderabad in 97. And this was published in Lancet and also Circulation, American Journal of Cardiology, everywhere it is published. We subsequently, we had 153 patients in some multi-centric trials, started all these things next. This is, of course, he moved on. Mitral problem with the mitral commissioner term was it didn't become commercially viable. It was a beautiful device, but when you do not reuse frequently. If you use it, you can do 10, 12 cases. So commercially, it didn't become viable. So Medicrop, which was developing this device, they backed down. And that time, for this poor man's disease, nobody is interested. No company was interested. So mitral commissioner term has its natural death because of commercially it was not viable. It was very effective tool, but commercial. So that time Alain moved to his favorite aortic valve, and the first TAVI he did in April 2002. Of course, after that, you know the story. 20 years of TAVI was celebrated where me, Vivek, everywhere there. Helen is there. You can see her, Helen, and giving. All people from all over the world came, all topmost international cardiologists, because it was a big thing, 20-year celebration. So everybody came. We also went. Me and Vivek were there, sitting in the front. My wife was there. Very specifically, I wanted to Qasim, that Helen was mentioning. Qasim was, many of you do not know him, but he was the person, he was company director. He was earlier working in Merrill, before that many other companies, but his interest was promoting international cardiology in India. He was responsible for many meetings, specifically in the French Foundation, and also responsible for sending many young cardiologists for training to Europe, America, and all that. And he was very closely associated with Alain, me, and others, especially in the French Foundation, for organizing this meeting. Next. Then we had this first Hyderabad Bhal meeting 2019, where Helen and Alain were the co-director, and we had beautiful meeting. Around 17 live cases were conducted, and 2 days meeting. People from all over India came. It was a fantastic meeting. And then we followed that with a second meeting in 2022, where again you can see the Alain, Ramesh Dugapati, and everybody is there. This is the second photo you can see. It is in our department in the cath lab, where all the pioneers of international cardiology photos are there. You can see the last previous photo is there. We took a photo there, standing there, and that was in 2022. And just before his death, 10 days before his death, I wrote to him that we are planning to have the third Hyderabad Bhal meeting 2023 November. Please keep yourself free. And he told, yes, we must. And then he sent me a mail that he's organizing training program, which every year he does in May. And he asked me to join. And that was the last communication that we had. Next one. He came to Platinum Jubilee celebration in Calcutta. He was the guest of honor in the inauguration ceremony, and he was given the Legend Award, and he spoke on Legend Speaks for half an hour. Everybody was listening to his talk. Everybody, he was very thrilled. And he was 3 days, every day he was there. He never went. He came to airport. From airport, he came to the hotel, and he went back to the hotel. He never went outside. 3 days he spent with a very, very memorable time with him. And unfortunately, that was his last visit to India. India was his, actually, as Helen told, India was his second place, birthplace. And he used to frequently visit. He used to love Indian food, Indian people, Indian places, and every small town also he has visited all major labs in the year. Of course, physically he's dead, but he'll be always with his legacy, his life will be remembered, and he'll be remembered, he'll live. So his students and training, and he will live. So every patient who undergoes TAVI procedure in her heart or in his heart. So with these few words, I will rest. I wish him rest in peace. And I'm thankful for Vivek to organize for beautiful meeting. And Helen, I know your feelings. I know you're so closely associated. But only thing is we can console ourselves by going through his life and following his footsteps. Thank you very much for attention.
Thank you, Dr. Rath, for giving us good memories about him. I'm also very much emotionally down, but I have to continue this program, and I would like to show Dr. If Dr. Devrata is there, he would be like to speak. Otherwise, I would request Rakhi, my wife, to be prepared for the next time. But I would like to share 2, 3 videos more. Because the videos are more, I feel that can I have the sharing of this? Just come help me. Before that, I would like to. Uh, I was very fond of his WhatsApp messages, and the WhatsApp messages he used to write was was actually gives me used to give me a lot of energy. One WhatsApp message which I would like to read is about when the my son Chinmay was blessed with a child, and the way he wrote was fantastic. Ellen, we would like to, how he writes to me. He writes, "Dear Vivek, when I told that now I've become grandfather and my Chinmay has been blessed with a girl." So what he writes is, "Dear Vivek, warmest congratulations." I'm just telling you how he used to write and affectionately. "Warmest congratulations to the parents and welcome to the world. To the super nice baby girl." Actually, she is. "I wish her the best life ever." I write again, read again. "Warmest congratulations to the parents and welcome to the world. The super nice baby girl. I wish her the best life ever. I'm sorry I've been traveling." The last WhatsApp message which he wrote, I would like again to read. Once he left Kolkata, and then he writes to me, "Thank you, Vivek, for your presence and kindness. It was great to seeing you again. And I wish you the best for your possible future in the parliament. Say my best regards to your family. See you somewhere else in the world. Thank you for the videos and pictures." This was second last message. The last message he writes, "Dear Vivek, thank you for all this. Sorry for not replying your first mail. I have been very busy after my return from Slovenia." I think he must have gone to Slovenia after Kolkata. "I think the Nobel will remain inaccessible." He writes, "I think the Nobel will remain inaccessible, but who knows? Question mark. Now it is our duty, Dr. Rath and Dr. Alain, that he should get Nobel, and we will try our best. I wish you and your family the best for the new year. Many thanks, Vivek." So he was a very, very affectionate person, and I used to enjoy the most, I would say. I'm not saying that everybody. This is a video which I would like to share during the 20th celebration. Somewhere nearby. And you can see PC Rath again. I would like to just. And this is the video which Ellen would like to see. When I was working in France, 1997, I visited his house. I think that now he is in a different house. He was a big piano player, and Ellen will elaborate on that. He used to love piano, and he was very good on that. My son Chinmay is sitting on his piano and trying to do something.
Oh, it's good. No problem, no problem. Yes. So it's good. Because I don't see him so often, and so it's good to see him.
Washing dishes. Sorry. This is the video message which he's setting on the piano, giving best wishes for our Indo-European conferences, which we
from other countries.
2019.
Alain Cribier speaking from Rouen, France, sitting at my piano. And let me tell you that it's a great honor and a great pleasure to give you these few words of welcome address at the beginning of this conclave meeting. I must apologize, and I sincerely regret of not having been able to be physically present with you for various reasons. But I have seen the program,
And I must congratulate Dr.
A
Vivek
short message for our conference in upcoming conference. This is a video which again on this is 23rd May 2022. After the celebration, this is a Nicole Hospital.
So Dr. Vivek Gupta, and it's my big privilege on 23rd of May 2022 on Monday afternoon or evening. So please tell us a little about your story and about the TAVI.
Well, it's a long story, I have to be short, but actually I developed this technique because many patients could not be operated on for having a surgical valve replacement and were dying of their disease. And the only possibility to save their life was to introduce a valve using percutaneous approach and with only local anesthesia and through the femoral artery. So it was a much simpler procedure than opening the chest and doing heavy surgery. So I developed this procedure. It was 15 years of research. It was a very long time.
15 years of research. This is,
yeah.
15 years of research. This is very important.
Yeah.
His passion for the valve is there. He's not only a valve person. He has done a lot of angioplasties. In fact, whatever I have learned of angioplasty, which I do in Apollo Delhi as a complex angioplasty, is because of him.
Yes, well, actually, I started to work on this subject in '85, so it's a long time ago. I started to introduce in the world the technique of balloon aortic valvuloplasty, consisting in dilating the valve only with a plain balloon and trying to improve the situation of the patients. And then there was some kind of restenosis or restenosis, and I started with the idea of replacing the aortic valve using a transfemoral approach percutaneously, with the introduction of the catheter through the skin at the groin level.
This catheter aortic valve, a lot of physicians even do not know in India. This is going to
it has revolutionized the concept of treatment of valvular disease in the whole world. So this is something very great, and I am very, very satisfied of the result.
For the last thing which I want to tell you, that the French Society of Cardiology has already nominated him for the Nobel Award, and we hope and pray and take the blessings of God Almighty that soon he should be decorated with the Nobel Prize. And we all know that somebody who is nominated and who is deserving for the Nobel must be a very, very big man. So I always tell all my people and my family and my parents and my God blessing that I had the privilege to work with him when I was 30-year-old, 29. Then I came to him, worked in this hospital. And of course, he was already a big man because he did the first aortic valve balloon dilatation in 1985, published in Lancet, and the whole world was looking at him. Whosoever the best cardiologists of the whole world, they came to Rouen to see how he performs that innovative technique. And he was already a celebrated person, but he became more celebrity because of transcatheter aortic valve implantation.
Yes, thank you very much, Vivek. Thank you.
I really appreciate your love, affection,
Thank you.
And you have to come to cut the ribbon of our proposed Indo-European Medical College.
We have to believe in dreams,
Of course, but we have to keep trying. It will happen.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
My son had remarked that we are quite delayed, but this is a video which I want to share, Alain, when we were working that time.
पढ़ना चाहता हूँ जो पुरानी यादगार है.
He gave a certificate. He gave a certificate where he said Dr. Gupta appeared to be
Was just the second investigation. About 3,000
but also one of the most
coronary angiogram and regular cardiac catheterization.
last topic. Yeah, I would say.
मुझे मिला था. He was always ready to help, extremely cooperative, smiling, able to develop the best relationship with everyone in the department. I personally developed with him most enjoyable close relationship, and there is no doubt that Dr. Gupta will be always welcome to come back to our department. I wish to follow the progression of his career in 1998 or in any other part of the world.
When I saw this certificate, Alain, I was actually in tears. I never expected him to write such a beautiful words. Dr. P.C. that most enjoyable close relationship. This is what he wrote by his own computer. The video which I would like to share, because the gala dinner of Deauville, I had some pictures and my son recorded this from the video camera. I would like to, because he had a very good, not only operator, but so I would like to, I like now Rakhi, my wife, to speak a bit about, because she was there always. Before that, as Dr. Rath was telling how he reached Roa, I would like to remember and memorize the time how I met Dr. Cribier. It's very interesting. I had just finished my DM cardiology, and he was invited for a conference in Delhi. I came to know that Cribier is coming, and I was thinking of, and I met him in Lalit. He took me to his room. Somehow he was impressed. I came to my room, and I went there. He said, "I'm coming to Bombay again 2-3 months later," and I had so much of, I don't know, energy. I went by train from Lucknow to Bombay, more than 48 hours of travel by train in a normal class. When I reached him, I think he understood that I have a real perseverance to go and join. And later on, when I gave my curriculum vitae, I received a letter from in French. I was not planning to go to France, actually. At that time, the French letter said that you were selected for a fellowship. My father went to it was in French, so my father took the letter to the university where it was translated. I spoke to Dr. Cribier on fax that I will not be able to come. I will come after 3 months. He said, then this fellowship will go to somebody else. Finally, I went there. I went there without telling him. I sent a fax. It's very interesting, Alain and Dr. Rath, please listen. I reached on Sunday in Rouen, Paris, and I was so exhausted at that time, and nobody was speaking English. I was not able to find out where to go. and I did not know where Rouen is. And I was in the Paris Charles de Gaulle airport and just lost where to go. I was trying to call him from the public booth, and nobody was available. And I spoke to the hospital, and it was Sunday. Nobody said. I said, please connect to Dr. Cribier. He said, not possible. He's a senior person. You cannot get his number. Somehow, one of the doctor who was available in airport, trying to find out, saw my misery, and he helped me out. He said, I'll find out his number. He spoke in French to the Charles Lecole, and the Charles Lecole must have given message to Dr. Cribier at his residence. There was no mobile. And then Dr. Cribier called me on that TCO phone. Okay, Vivek, you came without informing, and this is Sunday, how to do it? He said, you come by train in Rouen. He was available at the hospital, at the railway station to receive me with the car. And I was so impressed that, in fact, he helped me out with all my luggages from the station to his car. He dropped me to the one of the hotels. Pratap, just listen to me, Dr. Rath. When I said to the hotel, I said, hotel, so he understood my face. He said, don't worry, I will pay for this. So this was his, I mean, I was so touched. I said, I will pay. No. Next day, he came to pick me up in the morning and took me to the floor of Charles Lecole Hospital, all by himself, doing it. And he actually paid the bill of my hotel, which I will never forget. I wanted to do it, but he said, no, this one. So he was a great man to help people, not only me, thousands of people. That's why he has respect all over the world. Then, of course, my life moved on, and we started working with him and closely, and I used to visit his office. Christophe, did you meet Alain? Because he was not easily available, even for his own colleagues, because he was so busy. Yes, I said, yes, I met him. No, I'm trying to get an appointment for last 3 days. I'm not able to meet him in his office, although he was one of the colleagues. Similarly, when I was going for a Erasmus University, there was a conference by Patrick Sarraz. He arranged everything. Then Alain arranged me for Lille conference. So many conferences we attended because of you all. And I remember, Alain, you told me one thing. Are you there? Because very interesting. I used to reach a little late. 8:30 was the department time, and I used to reach something like 8:40. So Alain came that you have to reach before Dr. Cribier reaches. You have to be there at 8:25. He should wait. He should not wait for you. So these are things, and now I would request Rakhi to have few words about Rouen, her stay, because she was working. I mean, because of her, I could go to her because I was not able to go alone. Rakhi, would you like to say something? You can come here, or yeah, please. I would like Dr. to speak about it. Pratap, Dr. Rath. If somebody else would like to speak, Amit Munjal. Amit, would you like to speak something? Alain, do you remember you came to me and said, Vivek, you have to be in time. I used to reach at 40 and 8:30 you saw. It was, and I took it diligently. But I used to reach well in time at 8:25 or 8:25. Once I met him, Dr. Cribier, in the lounge after he was parking his car at 8:30, and I was running. He said, Vivek, why are you running? I said, I'm running because I never wanted to reach after you. I used to check his shoes outside the cath lab. If I don't find his shoes, I was relaxed. If I find his shoes, I used to be in the stress how to reach inside the cath lab because he must be inside the cath lab. Those are very bad days. I'm sorry, very nice days. One more thing I want to. Once Dr. Cribier did not smile on me. I used to take out the sheath in the cath lab outside the room. Most of the patients, groin sheath. He did not smile for 2 days looking at me. I said, Doctor, are you unhappy with me? Something wrong I have done? Are you angry with me? He said, Vivek, you are not even 1% of my problems. Don't think if I don't smile at you, does not mean that I'm angry. Let me ask Rakhi to speak a little about her experience in Rouen and Dr. Cribier.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me speak about this great man. And of course, he is a person who has always been par excellence. Nothing more could express beyond that. But we are very thankful for him for being for us all the time when we were in different problems. He was there from the very first day when we reached Rouen. He was there to pick us up, to guide us through get us to Pavilion Pillar. And he always, each and every time, ensured that, Rakhi, do you have any problem? Or are you eating well? Is your child happy? And how's everything going on? He also used to ask about our parents, send my regards to them. There were some moments in Rouen which were rather tough to us also. I had a fracture. It was a tibia fibula multiple fracture. And there I was admitted and nailing was done. I was admitted in the hospital for at least 10 days. And that time he visited me several times, 3 or 4 times, helped me to get through the pain. He brought a strip of buprenorphine also. He said, this is going to help you to get through it. He was very helpful, kind. He called us to his residence. He cooked for us, played piano, and entertained in every good way. He came to our place, I think, thrice when we were in Rouen, and also visited our New Delhi house. We were always looking forward to meet him whenever he was in India. And of course, he was, I think, one of the big reasons to be in Rouen for us to meet him and say a small hello to him. So it is really very sad to see our parents growing old. I saw him from his very good active days in 1998 onwards. And then gradually, although he was very hectically working and achieving big targets, but yet aging, comes upon and it's inevitable. He was like a godfather for us. And as he aged gradually, we never thought that he would leave us one day suddenly and go away. And that news was like a shock on us all in the family. Me, my children, Vivek. In fact, we were stunned and left speechless. So I always do remember him as a father and hope that we will be able to, I'm falling short of words rather, but we pray the best for him and may achieve peace forever. Thank you.
I would like somebody else also to speak, but Alain and Dr. Rath, the message, I knew that he is no more, and I used to write a lot on his WhatsApp. The last WhatsApp message which I wrote after he was no more, I would like the last which I wrote on his WhatsApp message after he had left us, and I would like to read it for the interest. Respected sir, I never said Alain. I always used to say, and he said once, why don't you call me Alain? I said, no, I cannot say. I always said, respected sir. I am writing to him, I'm reading from the mobile, which I wrote, respected sir, I know you can't read this message. I know you can't read this message. But maybe you have seen this maybe you can see this from heaven. I feel personally devastated on hearing that you are no more with us on physical earth. We pray to God to keep you happy wherever you are at this moment. I am sure that you will continue to shower your love and affection towards myself and my family. Recently, during Kolkata CSI December, you gave me blessings to become Health Minister of India. I don't know. It's just a non-achievable target. If I ever get that position, it will be because of you. My son Chinmay, this is what the message I wrote on WhatsApp to him, despite knowing that he is no more. My son Chinmay remarked that our hospital projects got too much delayed. And now you will not be there to cut the ribbon physically, but you will be doing that from heaven one day. My trips to conferences outside India were mostly more so because of my meeting with you. I used to tell my parents and family, rather I used to convince them that I need to travel as I will be meeting Dr. Cribier also. Now that those magical reasons will not be there in my future trips. One friend from Apollo Hospital remarked that you have lost international hand of blessings. I will always miss the very special fond WhatsApp email replies from your side. On your maiden visit to my home in 2015, you told me that you'll come again, but that was not supposed to happen. I strongly feel that special bonding with you is possibly because of my perhaps some association with you from many of my previous lives. Our mortal association of 28 years has now come to an end. That the whole cardiology community in India knows that I was one of them, along with Dr. Rath, who were closest to you, and many used to approach you through me. I'm also known in the cardiologist community that I am also the mini Cribier of India, along with Dr. Rath, as many doctors from India have commented like that. Recently, one of the technicians in my cath lab commented, before when you were alive, that Dr. Cribier came in your body as I had finished angioplasty with thrombosuction with a stent with IBP in record 30 minutes. He said, Dr. Cribier came in your body. This is how Dr. Cribier was in my cath lab, remembered by all the technicians team. Our dream for yourself decorated with Nobel is still not fulfilled, but we will keep pursuing that. As I informed you that myself through my foundation had tried to nominate you for Nobel, and Alain, I think we have to work very hard. He should get it, even posthumously. My wife, my father, my mother, my two sons Chinmay, my daughter-in-law, my son Chaitan, sister, brother-in-law, my brother, my in-laws family, all are in grief. Sometimes I daydream that you're walking in front of me and calling me, Vivek, where are you? How are you? This was the message which I wrote, despite knowing that he is not there. Dr. Rath, would you like to speak something? Because a little difficult for me to carry on. Amit Munjal is there from Hisar. A lot of friends have joined here. Alain, I would like you to conclude something. I know you must not be in those positions where you can speak about him. But of course, we have to remember all his good things which he has done to us. I know that. I know that. To speak something. Come, you were 3.5 years old, and he called you my friend cardiologist. So I think something you should speak. And then I would hand over the mic to Dr. Rath to conclude, and Dr. Alain again to tell a few more things which we are not aware, because you have worked a lot with him. And I think he depended upon you a lot. I think for all his research, innovations, Alain was there all the time. I wanted Dr. Matthews to speak. He's busy. Dr. Ashwin Mehta is being decorated somewhere else. He's busy. So we can do that later on. Chinmay, please come. And he was supposed to, Chinmay has to come to you for the future training. Alas, it is not possible. It has not happened when Dr. Cribier is, if it were doing very good, because we were waiting for him to decide and go to a place. And I would now surely want that he would go for a few months to your cath lab. Chinmay, would you like to say something?
I was very small when I went to Rouen and met Dr. Cribier. I don't have that much memories as I was very small. I have memories when I have met him in Delhi in several conferences here, but we all miss him and we are all very emotional at this moment. And especially Dr. Helen and my father, Dr. Vivek. We all really miss him, and we wish that wherever he is happy and he is satisfied. That is more important.
Alain, can we have it back again? Is it possible to have Dr. Cribier back to this earth? If possible, please let us know, because we all want that. Alain, would you like to speak something?
I wanted to thank you very much for all the feelings you expressed, you, Pratap, other people, your wife, your son. It's very emotional, and it's something very different from what we had on Thursday at the hospital, because it's like really you knew him very, very well. In fact, he was very close, as I said in the introduction. He was really, you were his second family, really, because we can feel through your words how you loved him and everything you showed, like his humor, his kindness, his availability, the way he can take his car and pick up a fellow despite the fact that he's so busy. So you could demonstrate, and we could feel all his human personality, besides, of course, what we know and what you can read everywhere. But what we expressed is very emotional, very important. And I want to tell you also that in March, on the 20th, in Rouen, there will be a kind of event for people to express their feelings. So everyone, of course, is invited. It will be in March, and it's good because it's the spring day. So we didn't know, but it's a Wednesday, March on the 20th, from 2 to 4 p.m. During 2 hours, and it will be at the city hall of the city, which is good because it's a kind of local national recognition, and we'll have people from everywhere, and everyone is invited. We will have patients, we'll have students, we'll have nurses, we'll have all those who loved him and who worked with him. So it will be also recorded, and you will be able to participate via Zoom, via something numerical, as he was used to do. But I just wanted to express again how much your feelings were deep, were emotional, and I'm very happy for that, because Alain we will never forget him. And as you said, so you finished also by optimistic words, by optimistic pictures. And of course, when we are sad, we have to remember these moments. So thank you again.
This will be, Ellen, may I ask you, during the time of Euro PCR, will you be doing something like that? Because I would really like to be there physically. 20th March, we will try. But during the time of Euro PCR, are you planning something?
You know, I am not the one, I am not on the board of the OPCR. So I don't know yet. You know, it's very rapid after his death. So I'm sure many things will be organized, but I don't have any news so far. But I'm sure there will be something. And anyway, you know, we were planning a workshop the week after PCR, and I decided to maintain it, to do it, to be helped by my team and maybe by other people, but we will do it for his memories and to continue the workshop he liked so much to organize. And I know we have several doctors coming from India already, from Merrill. So I hope they will come, and with Alain with us, but not physically with us. But it's the workshop we're organizing. It was very, very important, because his goal, in fact, when he was coming to the hospital, it was to think about the next workshop, how to do it, when to make it, who could do cases. So it's something which was very important for him, because, as you know, he didn't want to stop to work. He would never like to stop, and he was coming almost every day to the hospital, either to do a conference or to work on a conference or to prepare the workshop or to reply to the emails. And we could listen how kindly he always answers to the emails. So for him, there was no life without coming to the hospital.
Tell me, Ellen, on 20th March, will this be hybrid? Can we join by Zoom?
Yes, it will be. We'll organize that, and we will organize also translation.
Please allow for a few minutes for me. I just wanted to know what happened actually on that day, the 16th of February. I was told by Christoph that lunch in the cafeteria where he used to host me, and then he left for home, and then suddenly the news came to. Did he have any premonition or something, or he was as hilarious normal?
He was totally normal, because we had lunch together. In fact, we arrived a little late with Alain at the restaurant of the hospital, because I had a meeting. And when we arrived together, Christophe and Eric, they just left, so we're together. We had lunch, we discussed a lot about the workshop, about everything. And the only thing, he was sad because one of his colleagues, who was a little older, died the same like the previous week. And he told me, people of my generation are passing away. So I said, no, you are younger. But but then he left. He was, as usual, smiling, very happy. And I was supposed to call him in the afternoon. Nothing could, no sign at all of anything which was wrong, nothing. And then his wife came back home around 6, and he was dead, sitting in an armchair.
Yeah, I spoke to her. She said he found him in the bathroom. So he had something like I don't know whether he had LVF or it was sudden cardiac.
We don't know. Yes, it was sudden for sure, because he was perfectly fine at 3 p.m. So
Okay, we keep following his footsteps, and the way energetically he used to work, he used to climb, he used to work. And in fact, when I met him in Kolkata, he was, I mean, he was absolutely normal physically, and his doctor wanted to join. Actually, he said, I will be joining Dr. Paul, and because he was traveling with a doctor who treated him. I don't know whether he's there joined or not, because he said he will be joining, and everything was fine. Okay, but this is how the life is, and we can't do much about this. Dr. Pratap, would you like to have some concluding comment? Anybody else want to speak? Did you
Thank
have?
you, Vivek. It was a very nice meeting. It definitely relieved you, me, and Helen with a lot of relief, and I think we'll be better off. As I told you that he will live through the good work of his students and training, and each TAVI procedure that is being done, he'll be remembered, and with that, he will live on forever. He's just physically may be dead, but he's alive throughout. Thank you very much, Vivek, for a wonderful meeting, and I hope we'll join Helen and others in March, if not physically, definitely virtually.
Yeah. I think, Ellen, maybe we can come on 20th March. It was. I will have to come to drop my son once you finalize.
Yes. Yes, Vivek. If you come, of course, we'll have 2 hours. But it was so emotional, and what you said was so close to what he is. I would really like very much if you could express or show some videos, what we will discuss later. And also, I wanted to tell you something which is positive, is that our administration and the city and the Rouen decided that something we were working for years with. There will be a heart valve center named Alain Cribier. It will be built. It will take some time, but they told and they certified that it will exist, and will of course ask. It will be something which we need funding, but I will work on that with all those who support him and who liked him and who loved him, and so this is something which will be done, and I'm very happy for that, because it's something he was thinking about that for years and years.
Something naming after him, Alain Cribier lab or something like that, or hospital or what?
No, like a unit. I don't know. It's too early to tell you, but something which will associate patients' care, research, and training.
Thank you very much for being with us, and not the last one. We will. It will be very nice, and okay, so we meet soon, and if not physically, I'll try to come, because I have already a visa for France. If Dr. PC Rath agrees, we'll come together for 20th March. Let us talk on phone and WhatsApp. Thank you very much to all the people here, and I thank actually APICON, who gave me this possibility of doing this program during the time of major conference which is going on with 10,000 people, and they gave me a room with audiovisual facility. Dr. Rajesh Upadhyay, organizing secretary, and Dr. Milind Nadkar, who is the scientific chairperson of Association of Physicians of India, and they gave us this time, and I'm thankful to them. Alain, thank you for your time. We all will miss him, but we'll follow the footsteps of Dr. Alain Cribier to do something. Once my son Chinmay asked him during one of the ESC program, how to become a scientist like you. So Dr. Cribier gave that video. I'll show. I have a lot of more videos which we are there, which we'll try to compile and show to them. Thank you, Dr. Amit Munjal, Dr. Pisira, Dr. Alain.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amit, you say something before you leave?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say, like, when I got the news of death of Dr. Alain Cribier, but first I didn't believe it. I thought it's something fake circulating on social media. Then I confirmed from you. Then you told me you had a long conversation with Dr. Christoph, and then he told you that sir was found unresponsive on sofa by his wife yesterday late afternoon, and then emergency response team was called, and it was a sudden cardiac arrest. So I just wanted to say that this is a big loss for the intervention cardiology community, and this loss cannot be recovered with this. This is an irreparable loss, and may his soul rest in peace. What I can pray for him.
Thank you. As interventional cardiologist, another city in Haryana, and many people have joined, but we could not give time. Dr. Kolkata from Kolkata, Dr. Debrata Roy joined. Thank you, Alain. We'll miss him. And
thank you. Thank you.
Something I would like God to send him back. Maybe during EuroPCR he comes back to us. Something which is not unimaginable, but we have to live with that. Thank you, Rakhi.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. We end this program now. Thank you so much, Dr. Ratha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. I think I have to close this session. हम लोग वो अपने पिक्चर्स नहीं चला पाए ना, उसपे फोटो नहीं दिखा पाए ना. इस पे रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है जूम में, तो चला दो, सारी चला दो एक साथ. है सब रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है. ये दिखा रही थी बीच में, याद नहीं रहा. फिंगर्स है. अब ऑफ हो गए सब लोग. क्या करो, डाउनलोड लगा दो जूम करके रिकॉर्डिंग. अरे लीव करें तभी तो हो जाएंगे. फोटोज हो सारे इस पे. ये इसमें नहीं आ रही, चेंज नहीं हो रही ना. इसको मेन में कर दो, रिकॉर्ड हो जाता है. ये ना, हाँ पूरा मेन कर दो, मेन पे आ जाए.
वो स्पॉटलाइट कर रखा मैंने, इसी पे रहेगा. वो स्पॉटलाइट हो रखा था, मेन पे जाएगा.
स्पॉटलाइट रिकॉर्डिंग में वो आ रहा है. रिकॉर्डिंग वो हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है.
वो जा रहा है.
एक्चुअली हमको दिखानी थी, आपने याद नहीं दिलाया. मुझे दिखाना था,
आपने मुझसे मिला, मैं अनाउंस करूंगा तो मैं
भूल गया. आप याद दिलाए थे क्योंकि सब लोग देख लेते ना. हाँ सब लोग. ये अभी रिकॉर्डिंग, अब इसको बंद कर दें क्या? स्पॉटलाइट खत्म, सारी फोटो हुई. कहाँ जा रहा है? रुक जाओ, साथ चले. तो रुक लो.
Mhm.